Never be another like Rio Bravo, with its thundering story of raw courage against
the American West, a land etched in our collective imagination with sweeping vistas, dusty trails, and the unwavering pursuit of justice. Within this iconic landscape, countless stories have unfolded on the silver screen, but few capture the spirit of camaraderie and resilience quite like Howard Hawks' 1959 masterpiece, Rio Bravo. A film that crackled with the chemistry of an ensemble cast, each member a distinct star in their own right, weaving a tale of unwavering courage against overwhelming odds. We were captivated by John Wayne's stoic Sheriff Chance, charmed by Dean Martin's vulnerable dude, and endeared by Walter Brennan's crusty yet loyal Stumpy. Alongside them, a vibrant tapestry of characters, brought to life by a collection of talented actors, painted a vivid picture of a small Texas town bracing for a showdown. But as the celluloid reels of the past continue to spin, time marches relentlessly forward. Over 6 decades have passed since Rio Bravo first graced theaters, and with the turning of the years, the vibrant energy of its cast has sadly faded into memory. The laughter, the intensity, the very presence of these individuals now exist only in the frames of this beloved Western. Yet, their stories extend far beyond the confines of this single film. They lived lives filled with triumphs and tribulations, moments of dazzling fame and quiet personal struggles, successes that cemented their legacies and controversies that sometimes cast long shadows. Have you ever paused, watching these iconic figures on screen, and wondered about the paths their lives truly took? Beyond the characters they so convincingly portrayed, what were their real journeys? Where are the men and women who breathed life into the dusty streets of Presidio now? The answers, as we shall discover, are often as compelling and sometimes as poignant as the stories they brought to life on film. Join us as we embark on a journey to uncover the real lives behind the legends of Rio Bravo. We'll delve into their beginnings, their ascents to stardom, the personal battles they faced away from the cameras, and the circumstances surrounding their final curtain calls. Prepare to be surprised, perhaps even moved, by the untold stories of the actors who made Rio Bravo a timeless classic. Before he ever donned a cowboy hat and strummed a guitar in the dusty confines of Presidio, Eric Hilliard Nelson, better known to the world as Ricky Nelson, was already a household name. Born on May 8, 1940, into a family deeply entrenched in the entertainment industry, his parents were Ozzie and Harriet Nelson. Stars of the long-running radio and television show the adventures of Ozzie and Harriet. Ricky's life unfolded in the public eye from his earliest years. He literally grew up on television, his youthful charm and burgeoning musical talent captivating a generation. By the late 1950s, Ricky had successfully transitioned from teen idol on the small screen to rock and roll sensation on the record charts. Hits like Poor Little Fool, Stood Up, and Lonesome Town cemented his status as a heartthrob with a smooth voice and undeniable charisma. It was during this peak of his early fame, at the tender age of 19, that he stepped onto the set of Rio Bravo to portray Colorado Ryan, a youthful and skilled guitar-playing cowboy who finds himself unexpectedly drawn into the unfolding drama. His performance in Rio Bravo was more than just a fleeting foray into film. While sharing the screen with giants like Wayne and Martin, Nelson held his own, bringing a youthful earnestness to the role. The now iconic scene where he serenades the besieged group with My Rifle, My Pony, and Me showcased not only his musical talent, but also a quiet sincerity as an actor. It was a moment that resonated with audiences, a gentle interlude amidst the tension, and further solidified his appeal beyond the rock and roll stage. However, the seemingly idyllic image of Ricky Nelson, the clean-cut teen idol turned Western psychic, masked a more complex personal life that would unfold in the years following Rio Bravo. In 1963, he married Kristen Harmon, the daughter of football star Tom Harmon and actress Elise Knox. Their marriage, which produced 4 children, eventually crumbled under the weight of Nelson's growing infidelities and a burgeoning struggle with drug addiction. The pressures of maintaining his musical career in a rapidly changing landscape, coupled with personal demons, took a significant toll, leading to a difficult and highly publicized divorce in 1982. As the music scene evolved, Nelson found it increasingly challenging to maintain the chart-topping success he had enjoyed in his youth. While he continued to tour and record, his later career never quite reached the heights of his early fame, leading to financial difficulties in his final years. Despite a long and varied career, his estimated net worth at the time of his death was surprisingly modest for someone who had once been a major star. Tragically, Ricky Nelson's life was cut short on New Year's Eve, December 31st, 1985. He was just 45 years old when the private plane he was traveling in crashed in DeKalb, Texas. The loss sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, a stark reminder of the fragility of life, even for those who seemed to embody youthful vibrancy. Though his personal life was marked by turmoil and his later years by professional challenges, Ricky Nelson left behind a vibrant musical legacy that continues to resonate with fans today. His early rock and roll hits remain classics, and his role in Rio Bravo, though just one facet of his career, captured a unique moment in his transition from teen idol to a more mature performer. The image of the young rock and roller holding his own alongside Western icons serves as a poignant reminder of a life that, despite its tragic end, left an indelible mark on American popular culture. For many, the very embodiment of the American West on screen is John Wayne. Born Marion Robert Morrison on May 26, 1907, he forged an unparalleled career playing rugged heroes, embodying strength, stoicism, and an unwavering sense of justice. By the time he stepped into the boots of Sheriff John T. Chance in Rio Bravo at the age of 51, Wayne was already a cinematic titan, his name synonymous with the Western genre and American masculinity itself. Sheriff Chance, the tough and steadfast lawman holding a group of killers at bay, wasn't just the heart of Rio Bravo. It was a role that further cemented Wayne's established image. His calm yet decisive leadership, his laconic delivery, and his sheer physical presence resonated deeply with audiences, solidifying his place as the quintessential American hero. He was the man you wanted on your side when the odds were stacked against you, a figure of unwavering moral clarity in a sometimes lawless world. However, the on-screen persona of the steadfast and morally upright hero often stood in stark contrast to the complexities of John Wayne's personal life. Married 3 times, his longest and final marriage was to Pilar Pally in 1954. Yet his personal relationships were frequently turbulent, marked by numerous rumored and acknowledged extramarital affairs. One particularly persistent rumor involved his relationship with actress Gail Russell, with whom he shared intense on-screen chemistry in several films. These whispers of infidelity painted a more human, and arguably more flawed, picture of the seemingly unshakable Duke. Beyond his romantic entanglements, Wayne also faced significant health challenges. In the mid-1960s, he was diagnosed with lung cancer, a disease he attributed to his heavy smoking habit, despite the removal of one of his lungs. A surgery that severely impacted his physical stamina, Wayne continued to work, his determination mirroring the grit of the characters he so often portrayed. This battle with cancer, fought largely in the public eye, revealed a vulnerability beneath the tough exterior. By the time of his death, on June 11, 1979, at the age of 72, John Wayne had amassed a considerable fortune, estimated at around $50 million, primarily through his prolific film career and shrewd real estate investments. In his final years, despite his wealth and iconic status, he reportedly lived with significant pain due to the lingering effects of his illness. John Wayne's passing marked the end of an era in Hollywood. He left behind an immortal cinematic legacy, a body of work that continues to define the Western genre for generations. Yet his life was also marked by personal storms and health battles that added layers of complexity to the myth of the Duke. The man who so often represented unwavering strength on screen navigated a personal life filled with human frailties, a poignant reminder that even the most iconic heroes are ultimately human. With his effortless charm, smooth baritone, and a seemingly perpetual air of cool detachment, Dean Martin was a captivating presence on screen and stage. Born Dino Paul Crocetti on June 7, 1917, he rose to fame as one half of the wildly popular comedy duo Martin and Lewis before forging a successful solo career as a singer and actor. In Rio Bravo, at the age of 42, Martin took on the role of Dude, a former deputy sheriff grappling with the debilitating effects of alcoholism. Dude's character in Rio Bravo offered a fascinating contrast to Martin's usual suave persona. Here, he portrayed a man haunted by past failures, struggling for redemption and relying on the unwavering support of his friends. Martin's performance brought a surprising emotional depth to the film, highlighting the themes of loyalty and the possibility of overcoming personal demons. He imbued Dude with a vulnerability that resonated with audiences, adding a crucial human touch to the otherwise action-packed narrative. However, the struggles with addiction that Dude portrayed on screen mirrored a battle that Dean Martin himself reportedly faced in his private life. While he cultivated an image of a carefree bon vivant, rumors and accounts suggest a long-standing relationship with alcohol, a challenge that undoubtedly placed a strain on his personal relationships. Married 3 times, his second marriage to Jean Beager, which lasted for nearly a quarter of a century, was reportedly his most enduring love, yet even that union likely weathered the storms of his personal struggles. The 1980s brought a profound and devastating tragedy into Dean Martin's life. The death of his son, Dean Paul Martin, in a military plane crash in 1987 shattered him. By all accounts, the loss was an unbearable blow from which he never fully recovered, leading to a significant decline in his well-being and a deepening depression. The seemingly unflappable king of cool was revealed to be deeply vulnerable beneath his polished exterior. Despite the personal darkness that clouded his later years, Dean Martin had built a remarkable career, amassing an estimated net worth of around $30 million through his successful music career, his numerous film roles, and his enduring popularity. However, in the years leading up to his death, declining health, including a diagnosis of lung cancer, caused him to withdraw from the spotlight. The once ubiquitous entertainer became increasingly reclusive. On Christmas Day, 1995, at the age of 78, Dean Martin passed away. He left behind a storied career filled with iconic songs, memorable movie roles, and an undeniable charisma that captivated millions. Yet, his life also bore the marks of personal battles and profound loss. A poignant reminder that even the brightest stars can be dimmed by the shadows of human experience. The cool demeanor that defined his public image often concealed a deeper, more complex man who navigated his own set of challenges. With his distinctive, gravelly voice and a knack for portraying cantankerous yet endearing characters, Walter Brennan was a true Hollywood legend. Born on July 25, 1894, he enjoyed a remarkably long and successful career, earning an unprecedented 3 Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actor, for Come and Get It in 1936, Kentucky in 1938, and The Westerner in 1940. By the time he played the role of Stumpy, the elderly and fiercely loyal deputy in Rio Bravo at the age of 64, Brennan was a seasoned veteran who brought a unique blend of humor and courage to the film. Brennan's portrayal of Stumpy was one of the highlights of Rio Bravo. His witty banter with John Wayne's Sheriff Chance, his unwavering loyalty despite his age and physical limitations, and his surprising moments of bravery endeared him to audiences. Stumpy was the heart and soul of the besieged group, providing both comic relief and steadfast support, emphasizing the theme of unity amongst the unlikely allies. Brennan's performance was a masterclass in character acting, showcasing his ability to inhabit a role so completely that he became unforgettable. While Walter Brennan's professional life was marked by consistent success and critical acclaim, his personal life, though seemingly stable, harbored its own challenges. Married to Ruth Wells since 1920, their marriage endured for over 5 decades. However, in his later years, Brennan quietly battled a debilitating health issue: chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD. This condition, likely exacerbated by decades of smoking, gradually weakened him, leaving him increasingly breathless and frail. Despite his declining health, Brennan continued to work for as long as he could, his dedication to his craft unwavering. However, the physical toll of COPD eventually made it difficult for him to perform. The energetic and often physically active characters he once portrayed became a stark contrast to his own weakening state. On September 21st, 1974, at the age of 80, Walter Brennan passed away. His death marked the loss of one of Hollywood's most beloved and recognizable character actors. At the time of his passing, his net worth was estimated to be around $10 million, a testament to his long and incredibly successful career. Walter Brennan left behind a towering legacy of memorable performances. His 3 Academy Awards a testament to his exceptional talent. Yet, his later years serve as a poignant reminder that even the most robust and enduring figures can be ravaged by the silent battles fought within their own bodies. The man who brought so much life and vibrancy to the screen ultimately succumbed to the slow and relentless progression of illness, leaving behind a legacy not only of great performances, but also of a quiet strength in the face of physical decline. Standing in stark contrast to the heroic figures in Rio Bravo was the imposing presence of Nathan Burdett, the wealthy and cunning ranch owner whose brother's arrest sets the film's conflict in motion. This role was brought to life by John Russell, an actor born on January 3, 1921, at the age of 38 during filming, exuded a quiet menace and steely resolve. Russell's portrayal of Burdett was crucial to the film's tension. He wasn't a flamboyant villain, but rather a man of considerable power and influence, used to getting his way. His calm and calculated demeanor made him a formidable adversary to Sheriff Chance. Highlighting the challenge our heroes faced, Russell brought a compelling stillness to the role, suggesting a dangerous undercurrent beneath the surface. While John Russell enjoyed a steady career in Hollywood, often playing both leading men and antagonists in westerns and crime dramas, his personal life remained relatively private compared to some of his more flamboyant co-stars. He was married twice, his second marriage to Linda Phillips in 1970 reportedly lasting until his death. By most accounts, he avoided the major romantic scandals or public dramas that sometimes plagued the lives of other actors. However, in his later years, John Russell faced a significant health battle. Like several of his Rio Bravo colleagues, he suffered from lung cancer, a consequence of long-term smoking. This illness led to a rapid decline in his health in the years leading up to his passing. John Russell died on January 19, 1991, at the age of 70. His net worth at the time of his death was estimated to be around $3 million, a reflection of his consistent work in the film and television industry. While he may not have achieved the same level of iconic superstardom as Wayne or Martin, Russell carved out a notable cinematic legacy, particularly within the Western genre. His ability to portray both heroes and villains with equal conviction made him a valuable asset to many productions. Ultimately, John Russell's life serves as a reminder that even those who project an image of strength and control on screen can be vulnerable to the ravages of disease. The quiet intensity he brought to his role as Nathan Burdett was a testament to his acting talent, while his later struggle with illness underscored the fragility of human health. Regardless of on-screen persona, bringing a palpable sense of danger and menace to Rio Bravo was Claude Akins in the role of Joe Burdett, the hot-headed and violent criminal whose arrest ignites the central conflict of the film. Born on May 25, 1926, Akins was 33 years old during the filming of Rio Bravo, and his imposing physical presence and intense gaze made him a convincing threat to Sheriff Chance and his deputies. Akins excelled at portraying tough, often villainous characters throughout his career, His rugged features and deep voice made him a natural for westerns and action films. While Joe Burdette might have been a relatively early role in his extensive filmography, it established his ability to bring a raw and unpredictable energy to the screen, highlighting the stakes of the showdown in Rio Bravo. Beyond the dusty trails of the Old West, Claude Akins built a long and successful career in both film and television. He became a familiar face to television audiences in the late 1970s and early 1980s, most notably as Sheriff Lobo in the popular series The Misadventures of Sheriff Lobo. This role showcased a more comedic side of Akins' talent, proving his versatility beyond the tough guy persona. In his personal life, Claude Akins maintained a seemingly stable family. He married Durst Fairfield in 1952, and their union produced 3 children. While his on-screen characters often navigated treacherous and volatile situations, Akins himself appeared to lead a more grounded existence away from the cameras. However, in his later years, Claude Akins faced a serious health challenge. He battled thyroid cancer, a disease that gradually deteriorated his health. Despite his tough on-screen image, this illness presented a formidable and ultimately fatal opponent. Claude Akins passed away on January 27, 1994, at the age of 67. His net worth at the time of his death was estimated to be around $2 million, primarily earned through his extensive work in television roles in addition to his film career. While he might not have been a marquee name like some of his Rio Bravo co-stars, Akins left behind a respected legacy as a reliable and memorable character actor who could convincingly portray both the heavy and, later in his career, even the humorous side of the law. His later struggle with cancer serves as a poignant reminder that even the toughest of individuals can be vulnerable to the relentless nature of illness. Bringing a touch of warmth and resilience to the dynamic of Rio Bravo was Estelita Rodriguez in the role of Consuelo Robani, the intelligent and strong-willed wife of the hotel owner, Carlos. Born on July 2, 1928, Rodriguez was 31 years old when she appeared in the film, and her portrayal of Consuela showcased a woman of inner strength and unwavering loyalty, enriching the film's relationships beyond the central conflict. Estelita Rodriguez was a talented Latina actress who carved out a promising career in Hollywood during a time when opportunities for minority actors were often limited. Her performance in Rio Bravo demonstrated her ability to bring depth and nuance to her characters, portraying Consuela not just as a supportive spouse, but as an intelligent and capable individual in her own right. However, behind the on-screen portrayal of strength, Estelita Rodriguez's personal life was marked by considerable turbulence. She was married 4 times, including a marriage to actor Grant Withers. Sadly, all of her marriages ended in divorce, reportedly due in large part to disagreements and the pressures of financial instability. These repeated marital difficulties suggest a personal life far removed from the stable relationships she sometimes portrayed on screen. Adding to her personal struggles, Rodriguez also reportedly battled with depression, a condition that undoubtedly impacted her career and overall well-being. The internal struggles she faced likely made navigating the demanding world of Hollywood even more challenging. Tragically, Estelita Rodriguez's life was cut short relatively early. She passed away on March 12, 1966, at the young age of 37. The cause of her death was reported as complications from the flu. At the time of her passing, her estimated net worth was a modest $300,000, perhaps reflecting the challenges she faced in both her personal and professional life. Estelita Rodriguez's story is a poignant one, a reminder that even those who bring warmth and strength to the screen can be grappling with significant personal hardships. Her portrayal of Consuela in Rio Bravo remains a testament to her talent, but her short and turbulent life serves as a somber reminder of the struggles that can lie beneath the surface of Hollywood glamour. Her resilience on screen was perhaps a reflection of the inner strength she needed to navigate the storms of her own life. Bringing a significant dose of warmth and loyalty to Rio Bravo was Pedro Gonzalez in the role of Carlos Robani, the affable and brave hotel owner who stands by Sheriff Chance and his deputies. Born on May 24th, 1925, Gonzalez was 34 years old during the filming, and his portrayal of Carlos provided a crucial element of human connection and unwavering support within the tense atmosphere of the besieged town. Pedro Gonzalez carved out a noteworthy career in Hollywood, often playing characters that brought a sense of humor and heart to westerns and other films. While some of his early roles unfortunately leaned into stereotypical portrayals, his talent and genuine warmth often transcended these limitations, making his characters memorable and likable. His Carlos in Rio Bravo was a prime example of this, a man whose loyalty and courage shone through. In his personal life, Pedro Gonzalez faced his share of financial hardship. Married to Leandra Martinez, with whom he had 3 children, he reportedly lived a modest life. The lack of consistent major roles meant that his family often struggled financially. Despite the challenges, he persevered in his career, becoming a familiar face to audiences through his numerous supporting roles. In his later years, Pedro Gonzalez's health began to decline due to heart disease. This eventually limited his ability to work and enjoy life to the fullest. Pedro Gonzalez passed away on February 6, 2006, at the age of 80. His estimated net worth at the time of his death was a modest $500,000, a reflection of the financial struggles he faced throughout his career despite his consistent work. While he may not have achieved the same level of fame or fortune as some of his Rio Bravo co-stars, Pedro Gonzalez left behind a meaningful legacy. His portrayal of Carlos Robani, a character filled with warmth and bravery, resonated with audiences and contributed significantly to the film's spirit of unity. His career, though sometimes navigating stereotypical roles, showcased a genuine talent for bringing likable and memorable characters to the screen, leaving a modest yet indelible mark on the hearts of viewers. With a lineage deeply rooted in the history of the American West and its cinematic portrayal, Carey Jr. brought a sense of authenticity and sincerity to his role as Harold, a townsman who readily supports Sheriff Chance in Rio Bravo. Born on May 16, 1921, Carey Jr. was the son of silent film Western icon Harry Carey and actress Olive Carey. At the age of 38 during the filming, he embodied a genuine connection to the genre. Growing up on a working ranch and surrounded by the early days of Western filmmaking, Carey Jr. possessed an inherent understanding of the world Rio Bravo depicted. His portrayal of Harold was that of an honest and dependable member of the community, someone whose quiet support underscored the collective effort against the criminal element. There was a naturalness to his performance, a sense of being truly at home in the Western landscape. Carey Jr. enjoyed a long and lasting career in film and television, often appearing in Westerns, many directed by his close friend John Ford. His career spanned decades, and he became a familiar and reliable presence in the genre. In his personal life, Carey Jr. maintained a seemingly stable and enduring relationship. He married Marilyn Fix, the sister of actor Paul Fix, in 1944, and their marriage lasted until his passing, producing 4 children. By most accounts, his family life was a source of strength and stability throughout his long career. However, in his later years, Carey Jr. faced significant physical challenges. He suffered from severe arthritis, a debilitating condition that limited his mobility and eventually made it difficult for him to continue acting. This once active figure of the West found himself increasingly restricted by the pain and stiffness of his joints. Carey Jr. passed away on December 27, 2012, at the age of 91. His estimated net worth at the time of his death was around $1 million, a testament to his consistent work over many years. Carey Jr. S. life and career represented a tangible link to the golden age of Western filmmaking. his genuine connection to the genre, and his portrayal of honest, hardworking characters like Harold and Rio Bravo left a memorable mark on cinematic history, while his later years were marked by the physical torment of arthritis. His legacy endures as a sincere and authentic voice of the American West on screen. Adding a unique flavor to the ensemble of Rio Bravo was Sheb Wooley, who played the character simply credited as Cowboy, one of the men who joined Sheriff Chance's makeshift posse. Born Shelby F. Wooley on April 10, 1921, he was 38 years old during the filming and brought a certain ruggedness and dependability to his role. Sheb Wooley was a versatile performer whose career spanned various genres. While he was a familiar face in westerns, often playing supporting characters, he achieved mainstream fame in a completely different arena: novelty music. His 1958 hit, The Purple People Eater, became a cultural phenomenon, showcasing a comedic side far removed from the dusty trails of Rio Bravo. This unexpected success highlighted the diverse talents of Wooley. However, behind a seemingly jovial exterior and his on-screen portrayals of often tough but reliable characters, Sheb Wooley reportedly faced personal challenges. He was married 3 times. His final marriage to Linda Dotson beginning in 1985. Accounts suggest that Wooley struggled with alcoholism, a battle that likely strained his personal relationships and may have had an impact on his career at times. In his final years, Sheb Wooley faced a serious health crisis. He was diagnosed with leukemia, a type of cancer that weakened his body and eventually led to his passing. This illness presented a stark contrast to the robust and often physically active characters he had portrayed throughout his career. Sheb Wooley passed away on September 16, 2003, at the age of 82. His estimated net worth at the time of his death was around $1 million, a result of his varied work in film, television, and music. Sheb Wooley's life was a testament to a multifaceted career that took him from the rugged landscapes of westerns to the whimsical world of novelty pop. While his professional life was marked by diverse achievements, his personal struggles with alcoholism and his final battle with leukemia underscored the challenges that can lie beneath a seemingly successful surface. His contribution to the unity and tension of Rio Bravo, alongside his unexpected musical fame, makes his story a unique and memorable one within the film's legacy. The dusty streets of Presidio, brought to life by the vibrant ensemble cast of Rio Bravo, remain etched in the annals of cinematic history. As we've journeyed through the lives of these talented individuals, a complex tapestry of triumphs and tragedies has unfolded. Their on-screen camaraderie and heroism often stood in contrast to the personal battles and eventual passing that marked their real lives. Some, like John Wayne and Dean Martin, achieved enduring superstardom, their names forever linked to the golden age of Hollywood. Others, like Walter Brennan and Angie Dickinson, carved out iconic careers, their contributions leaving an indelible mark on the industry. Yet, for many, their fame, though significant during their time, has gradually faded with the turning of the years. Some, like Warbond, were taken too soon, leaving behind legacies of reliable talent cut short. And then there were the unsung heroes, the character actors and background players like Fred Aldrich and George Bell, whose contributions, though less celebrated, were vital to the fabric of the film. Reflecting on this ensemble, we see the varied paths that fame can take. Some achieved lasting iconic status, their work continuing to captivate generations. Others, despite significant contributions, eventually receded from the collective consciousness. And some, sadly, left the industry or this world far too early. The stories of the Rio Bravo cast serve as a poignant reminder of the human element behind the magic of movies. They were not just the characters they portrayed. They were individuals with their own dreams, struggles, and ultimately, their own mortality. Their lives, filled with both dazzling highs and profound lows, offer a deeper understanding of the people who brought this beloved Western to life. Thank you for joining us on this exploration into the lives and legacies of the Rio Bravo cast. We hope these stories have offered a new perspective on the individuals who made this film a timeless classic.